This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hey folks, welcome to the Fishing Trip Files, a Gavin and Stacey podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This is a podcast where every other week we like to take a look back at the wonderful, hilarious, and silly little British sitcom that is Gavin and Stacey. My name is Pierce, and I've been a lifelong fan of the show, but for my co-hosts, it's their very first time watching. Speaking of co-hosts, hailing all the way from the USA, I'm joined by the one-of-a-kind Ari. Ari, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Pierce?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. And of course, dialing in from the exotic land of Canada, we are joined by the brilliant Maylina. How you doing, Maylina?
I'm good.
And?
You can't get me if I don't say it, man.
Ask me how I am, please!
How are you, Pierce?
Yeah, I'm really good.
Oh.
This is news to me.
Right, so we're here to talk about the finale of season... I can't believe it. We're at the finale of season 1 already. We're like a third of the way through this entire show.
Yeah, that's insane.
6 episodes a season, yeah.
Yeah, man. Do we know the title of the episode?
I have to assume it's The Wedding.
So, yeah, that's what I would assume as well. Ari, what do you think?
Season 1 finale.
You think it's just called Season 1 finale? Very literal. So I thought it was going to be called The Wedding as well, but no. They had to just be a bit different with it, and they called it The Big Day instead. Season 1, Episode 6, The Big Day. So, no points for anyone there.
They knew we'd be doing this years down the line.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, we're going to catch out Ari and Maylina.
Don't say we're going to catch out Ari and Maylina. You also said you assumed it was The Wedding. Don't try to, get an easy way out here.
I have never been wrong about anything, so I don't know what you're talking about. This episode was aired on the 10th of June 2007. Do we have any overall thoughts on the episode before we get started?
I feel like I need to yap about it first, and then I'll know how I feel about it.
I think what an insane episode is my overall thoughts.
Yeah.
What an insane episode.
I guess so. This wasn't the episode I was expecting.
For real?
Yeah, no.
Okay, we'll talk about.
We talked about last episode our predictions, and I don't think either of us quite got it.
No, neither of you nailed it, but
yeah.
I mean, of course I love this episode. This is, for me, it's like the Avengers Infinity War of Gavin and Stacey, like with every single character we've met so far, all meeting and interacting with each other, and plus some new ones as well. It's a great time. But how do we start?
In an insane way.
There's no phone call. There's also no cold open, which fucked me up.
There is a cold open.
No, sorry, not. There's no previously on, which fucked me up because
yeah.
Usually, I'll be watching the episode and I'll be finishing up my notes while the credits are playing, and then a lot of the times it'll like autoplay to the next episode, but there's the previously on, so I pause it and like I don't get spoiled on anything. Yeah. But this time, like last episode, I was finishing up my notes and it just started directly playing episode 6. It's like, wait.
So it starts with without a phone call. So I've said a couple of times that I think there's only one episode that doesn't start with a phone call, but it turns out this is actually the first of 2.
Oh wow!
So there are 2 episodes that don't start with a phone call. But yeah, it's just a shot, empty seats in their offices, and I like it. I really love this cold open, like stillness of it, and that iconic motif, like playing over the shots of the equally iconic chairs. It's great.
Yeah, there's not even a title card, is there? Or is there?
I think there is a title card, yeah. It's just the chair 1, chair 2, title card. And then we go into it. And after the title card, we're at the West residence with Stacey, Jason, and Ness at the breakfast table with Gwen cooking.
I watched this episode 3 times this time.
Okay.
But I still don't know what I meant by this. I did my notes the first time I watched it, so I gave my first reaction. And I've written Jason is wearing a nice orange shirt, but I don't remember what shirt this is.
I'm gonna have to go to the tape on this because I don't remember what his shirt looks like. Bear with me a moment. It looks fine. It's not mind blowing to me by any means.
Okay.
But
I haven't seen. What does it look like?
It's just an orange t-shirt. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
I'll just send a screenshot over.
I like orange, so I guess that's what I was at.
I'm sure most of this is going to get cut.
Sure.
This is just...
It's a nice shade of orange, I guess.
That's yeah. So I like orange. I specifically like that shade of orange. That's like my favorite.
Okay.
color. So there we go.
Sick. That's good. I'm glad that you got to see your favorite shade of orange. If that's your favorite part of the finale, I will be slightly disappointed.
I've got more notes than that.
Okay. Thank God for that. Right. So yeah, I mean, it's the wedding day.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this. We all knew that they were going to get over the whole situation. There wouldn't be the rest of the series.
It's just crazy that it happened off screen.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
we knew they were gonna get over it. I didn't know that they were gonna get over it. Yeah, between episodes,
I was like mouth agape watching the TV, like there's no fucking way.
I think I liked the episode. Now I'm gonna give you my initial thoughts. I liked the episode. I don't think they did enough to sell me as a viewer. Like, I know the show is Gavin and Stacey. They have to get together. I don't feel like they did enough to sell me as a viewer on, like, they've worked through this, and this is now a good time to get married. I feel like I as a viewer needed more closure on that whole Stacey having 10 boyfriends situation.
Yeah.
So, I totally, I can see why that would be your opinion, for sure. But for me, like, I don't know what it is, but I just, like, this is a feel-good show, and you can only have so many, like, dramatic moments in a show of this. It's a sitcom at the end of the day, right?
They just need a makeup. They just need a makeup scene, though. She just needs to say, "I'm sorry." Like, I don't even think.
Yeah, but we
really got that.
It's a big conversation to have on camera.
It just, I think I'm more on Ari's side because I'm like, I don't know. You made a big deal about this, like throughout the entire season. That this was the one thing that could break them up. And then, like, I got over it, but, like, for, like, a while, every time, like, a character would be like, are you sure after you guys' fight, are you sure you guys want to get married? I was like, yeah, let's bring this up. And then, like, Gavin and Stacey would be like, it kind of felt like I was all of those characters, and the show Gavin and Stacey was Gavin and Stacey telling me to move on.
Yeah, I mean, I just love it because, like, I feel like we don't need to see it. Like, we can glean what happened. Like, Stacey apologized, Gavin forgave her. There's not that much else to it than that is going to be... We're not going to benefit much from seeing the fine details of exactly how she apologized and how Gavin forgave her.
But that's storytelling. That's the TV show.
Yeah, and the wedding is a better story than them making up. I feel like.
I'll be honest. I don't get the vibe that Stacey apologized at all.
She's like, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, she's just like, let's move the fuck on. She does not give me the vibe of somebody who, like, legitimately apologized and made up with Gavin. She just gives me the vibe of someone who's like, let's stop talking about this. It's the season finale, guys.
Maybe she apologized, but I feel like it's equally likely that she's just, like, continuing to gaslight him and be like, this wasn't a big deal. Why are you asking? Yeah, like...
Yeah, okay, that does make sense. Yeah, I'm trying to think whether there's any point where it's confirmed that Stacey actually apologized, but I guess there isn't.
Wow.
But yeah, all right, fair enough.
The reason there's not is because she's just like her first line of the episode is we're not going to talk about the fight, and then no one's allowed to talk about the fight for the entire episode. So no one discusses it.
Well, I mean that makes sense. Like if you were if it was your wedding day, you wouldn't want people constantly bringing up a fight that you had with your fiance.
I feel like maybe I would have liked it more if they had leaned into the fact that they're just brushing it under the rug more. Where it was like, it would have seemed like more of like a conscious, like comedic decision. But like, I don't know, it just felt like maybe they just didn't feel like writing, which I'm over this, but like in the moment I was like, no fucking way, they're not gonna like talk about this at all.
To me it felt like an early draft of the season had one more episode and then they cut it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I was going to bring this up later, but when Gavin and Stacey was first pitched, it was pitched as a one-off special, like one episode to the BBC. And the episode was just going to be a wedding between two people who, like, their families had never met. And it was basically just going to be this episode on its own. but the BBC told them to write an entire story leading up to it, and then obviously the season's coming as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just an interesting little fun fact.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So Nessa starts talking about her first wedding day, waking up in Vegas with 2 of Gladys Knight's pips. And she got an annulment. Have any of us ever gotten an annulment before? Are we annulled?
I have not. What kind of question is that?
It's such a long shot. Can you imagine if one of us said yes to that, how lucky you'd be? Can you imagine we're all divorced and this is how we find out?
See, this is why you've got to ask these questions, because I've never asked you guys if you've previously been married.
It's true. You've never directly asked me if I've been divorced.
Exactly, yeah. So you've got to ask these questions, man.
All right, I've not been divorced.
Yeah, no, neither have I. May?
I can neither confirm nor deny if I've been
Oh, shit!
Bit of sizzle.
Maybe we'll find out more about that in season 2. So Bryn walks in singing "Get Me to the Church on Time," and Jason walks in and it's awkward.
Yeah, something about flowers being treated. Yeah. What the fuck does that mean?
He does say it in quite a sinister way, doesn't he? I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Jason gets himself out of that situation by taking a phone call from Jose, I think.
Yes.
And he says, "Jose, ¿cómo estás?" And that is Spanish.
That is Spanish.
We did it.
Is this a new feature? Is this a new thing that we're doing?
I don't know how often this is going to come up.
We do get a few Spanish lessons from Jason going forward, but
we should have asked him if he had to learn Spanish for the role.
He definitely didn't.
Like the entire language.
Jose, ¿cómo estás?
Like the budget for the show is low enough that they have to like shoot in other people's actual homes, but high enough that they can get one of the actors to learn fluent Spanish for like a few lines.
Just to answer the phone.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Looking at us.
Oh, sí. But yeah, so we go to Gavin, who's in a hotel room getting ready for his big day, the titular big day, and Smithy's practicing his speech in the bathroom and just chuckling to himself.
That's relatable.
Oh really? Have you like done any really good speeches that you're really proud of?
Oh, no, I just mean like practicing jokes.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is true. Smithy's like hyping his speech up to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
Like he's bigging himself up a lot about this speech.
That's a rookie mistake right there.
Yeah.
You want to keep it a bit humble, even if it is the best speech. And we can see the consequences of that rookie move.
If there's a lesson to be learned from this episode.
Oh, we'll get there. But yeah, Gavin's a bit nervous about it all, and he sort of goes to Smithy for some reassurance. And Smithy is very like. I like the way Smithy is in this scene. He's like, "Come on, what's you got pre-match nerves?" And he sort of smacks him on the butt like a football coach. I think it's really funny.
I like that he says he wants the marriage to fail most of all. Like he says, "No one wants your marriage to fail more than me."
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say on someone's wedding day.
It's insane, but he also does say that he knows it's never going to. Like he's like,
"Yeah,
I want this marriage to fail, but." When I look at you two, it's just right. So, fuck what I want.
Yeah, I say that about capitalism, and that's not like a compliment. That's not something I say in a positive way. I don't know. I just feel like even if you're joking, maybe not on someone's wedding day, man, but I don't know. Maybe Gavin's cool with it.
I do like that. I think the vibes from both Nessa and Smithy are like if you want to get married, like let's do it. But also if you don't, like this is like very ride or die. I feel like they're like
yeah, for sure.
Commit either way.
But yeah, Smithy sort of reassures Gavin, and then Smithy leaves and Pam arrives.
Yes, and she's wearing a fabulous hat.
Yes,
the hat that costs more than the suit. I'll tell you, from the House of Fraser. But yeah, Pam and Gav have a little moment about how much Gavin has grown up, and it's very cute. It's a very lovely little mother-son moment. And then I really like this delivery on this line, where there's a beat, like they're just sort of stood there in silence for a second or two, and then Gavin just says, "Thanks, Mum," and so much is said with his delivery there. I love it. It's lovely.
I did forget to say she's also wearing white, eh?
White and black. I think it's acceptable.
Okay. Pam defender.
Yeah, I will defend Pam till the day I die.
I'm not attacking her either, but it is a flashy outfit.
And then Nessa's sling makes a return from episode 1 when she brought the sling with her to Leicester Square, and she's bringing it to the wedding as well.
Oh, yeah. Bryn goes up to her and like just says something real quick, and she says, "You had your chance and you didn't take it."
Insane.
Yeah, man. Nessa thinks Bryn's trying it on, and I mean,
that also at a certain point she was down. Yeah. Crazy lore.
That's a very good point that I had not considered.
I was looking through my notes. I've shipped Nessa with like half the cast at this point, so I'm sure somewhere in there that I just can't find, I maybe detected something there. Because every time she's interacting with somebody, I'm like, they're endgame.
But then we cut to outside the church. Smithy and Gav are greeting people at the door.
The boys, their girlfriends and their boyfriends.
Yeah, Budgie, Dirtbox, and Fingers arrive.
Gay couple on screen. You love to see it in 2007. I was very happy.
Hold on, slow
that.
down. I'm not usually the one to say this, but slow down. I wrote Alonzo from Doctor Who being like in the background of so many scenes is very distracting to me. I keep going like Alonzo from Doctor Who.
Yeah, Budgie, Dirtbox, and Fingers arrive with their +1s, but please note, Fingers is +1-less. Budgie and Dirtbox have +1s. Fingers does not have a +1.
Yeah.
And we know they've arrived because we hear the oi, oi! And yeah, as you say, May, Jason and Jose arrive.
Yes. And is Jose in Doctor Who?
He's not. I did look him up.
Great.
He's not done much acting work.
Okay.
I think he's a presenter. But yeah, he's not been in Doctor Who as far as I could find, unfortunately.
This being the wedding, we're gonna have to do this with a lot of characters, aren't we?
I don't think because most of them we've covered most of them.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only one or two new characters. We do have one Doctor Who actor coming up.
Interesting.
I might break some hearts here, but this is the only time we see Jose on screen.
Oh, cowards.
Yeah, that was kind of. I'm not shocked by that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then we get a really weird scene.
Yeah. So, Gavin says, "If I was gay, I think I'd like to be like him." Talking about Jason. And I don't know what "like him" in air quotes means.
I don't get what the joke is. Like,
yeah, I don't get it at all. But,
I interpreted it as like he'd like to be hot because it was kind of a hot couple.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
I could also see like neither of them is like flamboyant, like stereotypical gay.
Yeah, they're not like super camp.
So I was kind of thinking like maybe he meant like if I was gay, I'd like to be a normal gay or something. Like,
sure.
I really don't get it.
Because I think mostly it was because after that they bring up like they keep talking about it, and Smithy kind of goes like. Then they bring up the fact that Smithy's fat. So I thought, okay, this definitely has to do with appearance.
Yeah, because Smithy agrees and says, "Yeah, I would also like to be like him." And then Gavin just like goes, "Well, you can't be fat and gay. This is ludicrous. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Because struggle, Smithy.
Yeah. So Gavin lists off a bunch of gay celebrities. Dale Winton, who is a TV presenter person. I don't really know who he is. Graham Norton, who is he was on Doctor Who the other day.
Yeah.
We love Graham Norton.
Yeah.
He's great.
Mm-hmm.
And George Michael, who fucking hell. I'm just reading my notes on like I've put Dale Winton, TV presenter person. I don't know really. Graham Norton, goated, was on Doctor Who the other day, and George Michael, I've just put dead now. That's all I put about him.
Jesus Christ, man.
Why didn't I write anything about George Michael?
He's done other stuff.
He's done other stuff other than die, yes.
Most notable for.
George Michael, dead now.
Famously dead.
Yeah. And then Russell Grant is another person that he mentions, and I couldn't really find out. I don't really know who this person is. I did some looking. He looks like some guy who pretends to know the future. Is basically what I can understand.
I was mixing him up with someone else. I was like, I know Russell Grant, but then you described it, and I was like, okay, never mind, I don't.
Yeah. But then who arrives?
Pete and Dawn.
Yeah.
I've done a full 180 on those guys.
Oh, really?
I fucking hate them.
What?
Cannot stand them. Cannot stand them. The novelty of the situation has worn off, and now they piss me off.
I still think it's kind of funny. I like the bit of like they like each other, but they have to pretend they don't.
I was so excited because Pete and Dawn were like the two things that you guys both really, really loved. and now it's gone.
Listen, I there were a few times where I started coming back on it, and then they'd do something, and I'd be like, "Fuck these guys, man."
But yeah, Pete is saying stuff like, "You'll regret it. Stay single," and like these lines, when they're written in the script, could be delivered as jokes.
Yes.
But Adrian Scarborough, instead, he delivered them so earnestly, which makes it so much funnier for me. Like, he's like, "You'll regret it. Stay single. I mean it." Like, he genuinely means every word he says.
It's the kind of like boomer humor that like I feel like old people at weddings love to say stuff like that, like as a joke.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna regret it.
Exactly.
I'm such a silly guy.
Yeah.
But he's like, no. Get me out of here.
Yeah. Pete is actually like in pain. Fuck. But then we cut to
Pierce, you look like you're gonna cry.
I'll tell you what, man, fucking this scene always makes me tear up. But I don't know whether that's because I'm so familiar with all the characters or like, so having like, for you guys, only known these characters for like a few hours at this point, did this have the same effect on you guys? Did you like get emotional at all, or is it just me being a nerd?
And I it's a very emotional scene.
Oh, okay. So you did like, okay. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't start crying or anything, but it's a sweet little moment.
Yeah.
It was well done, but I'm not like pulling out the tissues or anything like that.
My notes on the scene is that Bryn is the best character in this show.
Legit.
Yeah, Bryn does some really interesting stuff in this scene. He's talking to Stacey, he's reading the letter, and he's kind of being a little lighthearted, like, you know, cracking a couple jokes and like you know, being very lighthearted. And then he looks away and he's like about to cry.
Yeah, man, this is I fucking love that you brought this up, because so this like towards the end of him reading the letter, this is like one of the only times, maybe the only time in the series where we see Bryn be earnestly emotional with no comedic undertones at all. Like even when he was doing the doctor speech in episode 3, you could say that was like an emotional moment, but there was comedic undertone there because it's Bryn doing the speech. With this, it's just pure drama and like him being a fucking magician at acting. Turns out he was the magician all along. Like, he does this so well.
There was like a at the beginning where like there was a bit of comedy when he was like, "Do you want me to like imitate your dad?" With but even then, it was like very like it wasn't like funny for the audience. It was Bryn trying to make Stacey laugh, I guess.
Exactly.
So it was like, it wasn't even like, it's hard to explain. It wasn't like the writers are trying to make the scene funny for us. It's like these characters are talking to each other, and in this serious moment, Bryn's trying to make Stacey laugh.
It's
I guess,
so
which I thought
real.
Was very cool.
It's so good.
It's
love
like
it.
he doesn't want her to see him be emotional because like this is her moment. Like, it's her wedding day. This is her moment. So he's like, it's like him taking his own private moment almost.
Yeah. His performance is especially powerful because the letters in the letter, the words in the letter aren't all that emotional. They're like pretty cliche stuff, you know, nothing groundbreaking at all. Just seeing the words written out would have no effect at all. But Rob Brydon's delivery is just perfect on it. I love it so much.
Because from his point of view, that's his brother. Like, so that it's Stacey's dad, but this is like somebody that this guy like grew up with and like presumably spent most of his time around for like a big portion of his life. And I feel like you can definitely feel that, like, this is like somebody reading the letter of like a sibling that they lost.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
man.
also sad because if you read the fact that even the letter was written implies pretty heavily that, like, whatever it is that happened to Stacey's dad knew that he was going to die at least 3 weeks before it happened. So, like, I don't know, it's even, I feel like somehow that makes it, like, even more sad and touching that, like, we have this information as well. Like, we're given, like, more information as to, like, what happened, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever, like, fully confirmed what happened to Trevor, Stacey's dad. But yeah, we can just assume it's, like, cancer or something brutal. But after that scene, do we have any more notes?
Yeah. Only other note is that Stacey didn't get her horse.
yeah, that is true. Stacey's stuck in a Bentley.
Gavin's not even there. Like, why was this Gavin's choice?
I don't understand exactly what the deal is in this situation.
Maybe he arrived in a horse.
Maybe they go from the church to the wedding reception in the Bentley as well. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Maybe.
But speaking of the church, we cut to the church and it's about to happen. They're about to get married.
If I Lay Here is playing.
If I just lay here.
It's still 2007.
Would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Wow, that song used to make me cry all the time.
It still does.
Did you cry, Pierce?
As I said before, I do tear up a little bit every time I watch this scene, just because it's Snow Patrol, man. Like, what are you gonna do? But there is one moment at the start of the wedding where Smithy says to Gavin, like, "So you're absolutely sure about this, right?" Like, he just checks in, right? I do want to get your opinions on this. The reasons why will become clear in about a year's time. Do we think this is a good or bad thing for Smithy to do? Like, to check in before the ceremony happens just to make sure his buddy is sure of his decision? Do we think that's a good or bad thing to do?
Now that I think about it, I feel like in his position I wouldn't have phrased it like that, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. May?
Yeah, I think... I don't know. I feel like I've never been in the situation where I'm about to get married, but...
Sure, okay, yeah.
Presumably... It's like, you know, even if you, like, love the person 100%, like, it's a big decision. So I'd assume if people are as anxious as I am, which usually they're not, but whatever, a part of you would be like, oh my God, universe, send me a sign if this is a bad idea. And maybe, like, your friend coming up and being like, hey, are you sure you want to get married? Maybe that's not, like, the best decision. But...
Okay.
Not everybody has my brain, so, like, maybe it is a good decision. Who knows?
But yeah, then we see Stacey walking up the aisle, and then as soon as she gets to the altar, we cut to post-wedding celebrations outside the church. And what do we think of this decision, like cutting through the ceremony and not seeing it? Because you guys were against the idea of cutting through the argument that we knew how it was going to play out.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like the whole season has been about this wedding, and then, like, we didn't really see it. I don't know.
But I like the decision, right? But you know, I like every decision that his shows make, so whatever. But
including all the Smithy stuff.
Including all the Smithy. That's my favorite bit. I adore
Great.
it.
I'm glad we have that on record.
I don't know what the difference is. This time I do like it. I think it's just because I just think ceremonies are so fucking boring that I'm just glad I don't have to sit through this shit.
You know, we've all seen a wedding ceremony before on the screen.
Yeah, I know what happened. It's fine.
Yeah, there's no big I object moment. We don't need to see it. It's, you know, it's a bog standard wedding. They got married. It was very good.
Yeah.
So I did write. So I guess the first time I was watching through this, I did write, I don't know about all this in regards to the wedding. I didn't realize, I wasn't 100% sure they were going to get married this episode until they did that montage. Like, I still thought maybe the whole, like, wedding montage, you know, like...
Oh, like after the celebrations outside?
Yeah, I thought like something might go amiss or something.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I wasn't 100% sure the wedding was gonna, like, actually happen this episode until they did that montage, and then I was like, because I was still caught up on, like, all this, like, fight stuff. Like, I was like, they haven't addressed Yeah, they haven't addressed it.
I'm still thinking about it too.
Yeah, so this is where I wrote, like, as a viewer at this moment, I'm still not convinced that they should be married. Like, I know the show is Gavin and Stacey. They have to get married. But as a viewer, I don't feel like I've gone on that journey with them, and to the point where I believe that.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, it's only a 6-episode series, and they're only like 25 minutes an episode.
I just flipped to my next page of notes, and my next note is maybe Maylina is right about the divorce arc.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, how the fuck are they gonna go up from this? Because, like, I guess have a kid, but, like, I don't know. Like, then what the fuck is season 3?
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah.
Well, I will get your at the end. We can talk about predictions about what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Smithy has forgotten the maps.
Yeah. Yes. She was coloring them in.
Oh, here we go. All right. So my note says verbatim.
Pierce, go ahead. Defend Smithy. Go ahead.
My note says Lucy was coloring them in. Deep sigh. Go ahead, Ari.
He's a criminal.
You're saying this like that's like Ari's being unreasonable. You're having an issue with this line. Like, you're like, oh, here we fucking go. Ari complained about Smithy being a pedophile. Like,
Ari and her child abuse hang up.
Yeah, Ari getting political. She doesn't like pedophilia. I feel like you're backing the wrong horse, Pierce, and it's not too late to change teams.
I have to assume. All right, here's a prediction for you. I have to assume maybe you said that she's not in the show forever. I have to assume maybe this is the conclusion of this arc, because I don't know. Every time she's mentioned, like, they make her sound younger and younger, and I feel like this has to be the finale of this.
Is this a Benjamin Button situation? Is she actually getting younger?
No, but they keep every time they make this joke, for it to hit, I don't think it does hit, but for the joke to hit, every time they have to do something more outrageous. And I don't know where they can go from, like, she's doing coloring sheets or whatever.
I do think the implications, if it does stop now, are fucking insane. Because at the beginning of the show, they said she's 17 3/4, meaning she's gonna turn 18 very soon. So it's like implying that as soon as she turned 18, Smithy Leonardo DiCaprio'd her.
I'm not going to say anything about when the Lucy saga comes to an end, but oh fuck. Yeah, all right. So Brendan is sat over here to save the day, and then we cut to the wedding reception, where they're having wedding photos.
Okay, I feel like the sat-nav thing was like a bigger part of the show. I was cheering. He brought up his sat-nav, and I was like, yes! It was like Bad Wolf.
The sat-nav came back.
It was like Bad Wolf, where I'm like, oh my god, it's all fucking coming together. He's gonna get them to this fucking reception. Cut 2, he's like, wow, that took like 50 years.
Yeah, so Bryn is telling Griff and Doris that he bought the sat-nav from Dick Powell, who we know. Mm-hmm. But did we know... Alright, so we're gonna have a little segment now. Who does this actor play in Doctor Who? The man who is with Doris, Griff, he was in Doctor Who.
Sick.
Do we...
I don't know. I can't remember his face. I don't know who he would play.
Let me look up a picture.
Is he the caretaker from the episode Knock Knock?
No, he's not.
And I don't know.
What's his name?
Griff. Griff.
Great name. Amazing. Oh my god. Is that a common name?
I don't actually know. I'm not Welsh,
That's an insane name. Oh, he looks familiar.
Okay, hold on. I guess if Maylina's looking him up, I will too.
Is he the fucking hair serum ood boy?
No, he's not. He's not the hair serum ood boy.
He looks like I know it's not this actor, because I know who that actor is. He looks a little like Dr. Constantine from The Empty Child.
Oh yeah, kind of.
But no, I don't know who he is.
Ari, that was the closest guess. He played Mr. Sneed in the season 1 episode of Doctor Who, The Unquiet Dead.
Yes, he did.
There you go.
That's like the one episode from that season I don't really rewatch.
Yeah, exactly. But then we also have another note. Did we Did any of us make a note right now?
Let me see. Oh yeah. So wait. Are we still at the sat? This is the sat nav.
We're still talking to Griff about the sat nav.
I just think it's heartbreaking that the sat nav doesn't work, and like we get this very real moment where we're confronted with the fact that this sat nav does not work. And I feel so bad for Bryn, and I was like, God damn it, wait until this guy discovers Google Maps. It's gonna change his life.
He will by the time we get to the finale. The finale is in like 2024 or whatever, so he'll have learned about Google Maps.
Amazing. That's got to be explored.
Oh! It is.
Oh, thank God.
We get Bryn with maps in the finale. You better believe it. It's gonna be incredible. That's the only teaser I'm ever gonna give you. All right.
I'm so happy for him.
Amazing.
But so none of us made a note here.
No.
Those hors d'oeuvres were supposed to be hot. Hors d'oeuvres. That's French.
Great.
Yes,
May,
it is.
can you tell us about hors d'oeuvres?
I mean, it's good. Some food, some little, some little tiny foods. You got like, what the fuck do you want me to say, man? Like,
is there a literal translation? Are you a fan of hors d'oeuvres?
A literal translation is outside of the artwork, I guess. Because an oeuvre is like like an artwork of some kind, whether it be like music or painting or whatever.
Like the Louvre.
And then art is like outside of, or like on the outside of whatever. So it's like on the outside of artwork, but like I don't know why I don't know why they would call it that. I don't know what that has to do with like a tiny little quiche. Couldn't tell you. Not fancy enough. Hors d'oeuvre is a fancy ass phrase.
Thank you, May, for the That's French interlude.
For sure.
I have another one later. So.
Oh, you do?
Oh, great.
Yeah. I think mine is better than yours.
Oh shit. I don't think I have another one. So this is I don't have another one. This is exciting. I missed this one. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong about it being French.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Damn.
But now it's time for a photo of the best man and the maid of honor.
Yeah, and everybody knows they're fucking because you can hear with like the ooh or whatever the fuck they call them. And, like, people start freaking out, and I'm like, wow, okay, they've been watching Gavin and Stacey.
And so this is their first time. Like, this is Smithy and Nessa's first time chatting properly since the engagement party. Like, this is the first time they've had a chance to actually chat to each other because they didn't talk at all during the wedding fair episode. So they sort of just stood there waiting for the photographer to take the photo, and Nessa just goes, "How's it going? All right?" And Smithy just interjects, "All right, I'm glad you brought it up because I know everyone here, and I've got a girlfriend, so you just shut
and then
the fuck
he
up."
gets like weird, like she goes like, "Oh yeah, where to's she now?" And I'm not Welsh, so I butchered that, but like I didn't say it as cool as Nessa did. But he like, all right, either speak English or learn Welsh, and I was like, all right, chill the fuck out, man. Maybe you can't like play the moral card when you just started bragging about your 17-year-old girlfriend. Maybe at that point you don't get to decide what language people talk. But Nessa's way of saying it is way cooler. I'll say it.
Where to she now? Yeah. Where to?
Amazing.
Yeah, I like how the grammar works.
I do like the Welsh accent like a lot. I'm a big fan of it.
I dig it. I like it. And he makes her say it in the English way. He's like, "Do you mean where is she now?" Well, say that then.
I can't believe Nessa went for that.
I'd have hit him.
You can tell this is like an emotional moment for her by the fact that she even entertains this shit. Like...
Yeah, legit. But yeah, then after the conversation with Smithy and Nessa, we cut to Gavin and Stacey greeting guests, and it's Pete and Dawn again.
Yeah.
May, you just rolled your eyes. What's wrong?
I just don't like them, man. I hate those types of couples. It was fun during that one episode. I'm just over it, man. Like, and I understand it's played for laughs, but my note for this is like, they're good actors, but I'm over it. So my theory on this couple is like when you're always fighting in public and not breaking up, there's either two explanations. You guys hate each other or you guys love this shit. Let's get like the first possibility that they hate this over it with right now. It's annoying. If you guys hate each other and you're not breaking up, you're fucking annoying. If you guys love this and this is like a fun part of your relationship, you're making it uncomfortable for everybody else. You're selfish, and it's somebody else's wedding, and you need to knock off your weird hobby for like
I think
one
it's
night.
I think it's 100% the second one.
And that's what I think too. And it's like, and even if it was that, and they legitimately did love each other, and this was just like a fun bit that they like to do, knock it off for somebody else's wedding, maybe. Like, you selfish piece of shit. Like, it's not just about like your fun. But I understand that it's a comedy, so maybe I'm like overreacting.
I think Pete and Dawn are bad people.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a little bit funny. But because the actors are so good, I think I entertain it.
I do like Dawn's the way Dawn says, "You're being a right nasty bastard today, Pete." You know that. The way she says that to him is really funny.
There is a scene later on that I think like I also get so fucking pissed by, because like, and again, it's a comedy. I shouldn't be angry because like all of this is done to make fun of those types of people. But whatever, I'm over it.
How are you? You're over it, are you? Okay,
I'm over it. I don't even care, man. Full 180 on these characters.
So we won't talk about this anymore this episode?
I didn't say that. I just said I was over
it.
Okay. All right. So then we see Griff and Doris looking at the seating arrangements, and we see some names here. We see some full names. Dawn and Pete are listed as Dawn and Pete Whiteley. This is an inconsistency because we find out later that their last name is Sutcliffe.
Okay.
Wow. That's crazy, because Gavin and Stacey, like, one of the things that I like about the show is that, like, it's very consistent in that, like, characters that are just brought up in the pilot, like, haphazardly, they actually end up existing and being brought up again. And so that's insane. I'll forgive it for sure, but, like, that's
it surprised me as well.
That. Yeah.
Gary, from Gary and Simon fame, his last name is Finch. Simon's last name is obscured. It looked like CR something something T, but I couldn't be sure. And Budgie's real name is Carl Barrett, Karl Barrett, which is interesting.
Wait,
and this is
Barrett, French, bitch.
Oh, is it?
I know a Barrett. I never knew that was French.
This is a fucking stretch, and you're gonna find out how. A barrette is like it's a bobby pin, a barrette. But first of all, I'm pretty sure we just say that in Quebec. And second of all, it's spelled Barrette. So like...
well, this is ATT. Barratt.
I did say it was a stretch. So I'm covered.
That's not French.
Our next segment.
New segment. That's not French.
We list all the things in the episode that aren't French.
Yeah, every single word that we see or that is said, we have to confirm whether or not it is French.
For the audience at home.
But yeah, Griff and Doris are looking at the names about Gavin and Stacey, and this is, you remember I was telling you about the serial killer thing?
Yeah.
Where this is them referencing that. So they're like, so she goes from being called West, and now she's called Shipman. That's fucking shooting herself in the foot there.
Which serial killer would you prefer to be named after?
Shipman gives me vague pirate vibes, which I like.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And I'm stuck with and we can't change our last names here. I'm stuck with this shit forever.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you can't change your last name here. It's basically there's an article in the Civil Code.
Stacey's mate Louise walks over and introduces herself to Fingers.
Yes. And she goes like, "Why is your last name Fingers? What's your nickname Fingers?" And he's like, "Call me whatever you want, bitch."
He does say those exact words. Yeah, that's verbatim.
He like sticks out his tongue and he's like, You're gonna have to find out in 2 scenes.
Let me fucking tell you. Yeah, Louise's boyfriend didn't come to the wedding, and Fingers is he's just loving it. He's lapping it up, man.
Yeah. He goes she's like, that fucking sucks, right? That he wouldn't want to come to the ceremony, and he's like, wow, I'll kill him myself.
Yeah. So this and then he goes, "Drink your drink," and like pushes her drink towards her mouth, right? And this, you guys might have heard that Fingers is a creep. Like, this might have been floated around at some point. I might have said that. Someone else might have said that. This line is why people say that Fingers is a creep. Him saying, drink your drink, like that. Because people sort of assume that he's drugged the drink or something.
I wasn't getting that.
No.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that from that scene. I feel like so far, his nickname is creepy. Like, everyone shouldn't just be calling you Fingers. But I feel like his vibes so far aren't particularly creepy. He's just a little bit of a player to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I was more reading into it like he wants her to be drunk because she'll maybe be like easier to get.
That's all I had read from that.
You can definitely argue that there's consent issues there too, but like I don't think it's as intense as like he put something in her drink on the day of his best friend's like fucking wedding.
And she doesn't seem we see her later in the episode and she doesn't seem like drugged.
Yeah.
So
she seems pretty she seems pretty fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Fingers and Louise are having a good time, and then we have like a montage of different shots of everyone just enjoying the wedding.
Yeah.
And there's like a half a second shot of Nessa refusing a glass of wine from Mick.
I didn't pick up on that.
No,
Barely.
I didn't either.
It's just like, it's literally half a second and then we move on.
30th watch looking ass. You pick up on the wildest fucking shit. I bet it was in the background and blurry too.
But what happens next?
I don't know, man.
Dawn accuses her husband of like pedophilia or something.
Yeah, this is
insane
weird.
to do at somebody else's wedding, man.
Yeah, she's going off to Pam, and Pam is just like, chill the fuck out, Dawn. Like, come on, stop. But Dawn is like fully trying to start a DMC, and this is just not the time.
I just think that's not regular fighting. That's an insane accusation.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah. But that's why I say, like, it's definitely for attention. Like, she knows this is going to cause drama.
It's also insane to do it to, like, the most anxious motherfucker at the ceremony. If anyone's going to take that claim seriously.
But also, it feels like Pam knows that this is not actually serious. She's like...
Yeah, Pam sees that she seems to be on top of the whole situation, doesn't Pam?
But also, she says something about, when he's looking at those girls, he's not thinking about... I don't know the exact line, but she says Minaj.
Yeah. Oh shit! You're so right. I didn't pick up on this. May. Go on. All right, say the thing.
That's French.
Yeah.
Okay, ménage means cleaning, but then there's also ménage à trois. I almost said it the fucking Anglo way. Ménage à trois, which is like a threesome. So, you know, there's some double connotations there where it's like, ménage means cleaning, but I don't think that that's what she meant when she said ménage.
I agree. I think she might have meant the second definition that you mentioned there.
For sure.
But as just after she says ménage, Gwen interjects and suggests that Dawn and Pete start doing roleplay.
And you know, it's good to know that, like, I don't know where I was going with this, but like... but there's a weird follow through where it's like last episode we saw exactly like we saw the parents who I remember the name of doing roleplay, and then we get that carried over to episode 6 where she's like, that saved my fucking marriage.
Yeah. Mick is apparently open to anything.
That's crazy. And Gwen is into it as well. She's like, saved my marriage at the time.
Yeah.
Sorry, May just did a facial expression.
I don't want to make the joke.
Go on.
I'm sorry. My note says it saved her marriage, but it didn't save her husband.
Oh, fuck!
Which is terrible, of course, which is why I'd never make that joke.
Yeah, no, of course not. You wouldn't write it, and you wouldn't then say it on a podcast.
I didn't even write that down. And I would never say that out loud because it's disrespectful.
It's someone else's handwriting.
Yeah, you guys set me up. Okay, Smitty's got a best man speech.
Oh god, here we go. So Smithy gets everyone's attention, and we get another way from everyone in the audience.
I feel like this is how these kind of speeches usually, at least from what I see on TV, this is often the case.
Yeah, this doesn't feel out of place to me. This feels like a pretty regular thing. But yeah, Smithy gives it up to Gavin so that Gavin can do his speech. So I have my next note here is, I'll keep this short like your knob, which is what Smithy says.
That joke doesn't land, yeah.
Crickets, and I assume Ari, you stood up and cheered?
Of course, yeah.
Ari had a gun to everybody in that place's head, and she was like, if someone fucking laughs.
Yeah, no, I made sure the joke didn't land.
Yeah, he starts doing his little speech. And so I'm a big fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay. Where is this going?
You guys don't already know what the fuck I'm gonna say?
I know where this is going, yeah.
Okay, good. Pierce doesn't?
I haven't seen Rocky Horror, so...
Dude,
no.
You have to, and I know people always say this about movies they like. You cannot watch Rocky Horror without other people. Rocky Horror isn't a movie, it's an experience. Okay.
Okay.
So Rocky Horror, it's very camp, right? And I'm not going to spoil anything from the movie, but when you go see it, sometimes like theaters and stuff, they'll have like showings where like people go and they dress up and like it's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah. I know there's I know a lot of the culture around it.
Yeah, so one of the things that you can do is like, there'll be like stuff you're supposed to throw at certain points and stuff like that. So when he pulled out like the bag with all of his props in it, I was like, this is very Rocky Horror. And then the first prop that he pulls out is like a toast. When he says like, I'm here to make a toast, he throws a toast. Dude, that exact thing happens in Rocky Horror. At one point, one of the characters says, I'd like to make a toast, and in the audience, you are supposed to, like, throw a piece of toast at the screen.
Oh, that's really cool.
Rocky Horror. Great movie. Everybody watch it, but watch it with other people who know about Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Roger that. So yeah, Gavin delivers, like, a beautiful speech, and it, like, reduces Smithy to a mess of a man, and then it gives it over to Smithy while he's still wiping away tears and barely holding it together. And he fucking flubs the speech completely. But Bryn loves it. Bryn loves his little toast gag.
And I love that Bryn is into it.
Yeah. He absolutely loses it. He's the only one in the room laughing.
Sucks that he's not a real guy.
He's a real guy in all of our hearts.
For sure. My next note says, I can't believe the past weddings aren't coming back. This is insane.
So then, Smithy obviously, like, he throws away his props and he just improvs he tries to improv a speech from the heart, but he barely gets 4 words out before sitting down back in tears. And we get a shot of just Nessa being so unimpressed. She just looks at him. We gave him the dirtiest look you've ever seen. And just in the silence, Mick saves the day once again with Gavin and Stacey.
Gavin and Stacey!
Yes.
That's the name of the show!
Roll credits.
Then what?
So it cuts to the next scene and like a bunch of people are talking shit about Smithy. They're like, wow, he couldn't even get through his fucking speech. And as they're talking, they start talking about how like good the ceremony is and like the food's amazing and everything looks great. And this is interesting because they start talking about how, wow, I can't believe Gwen was able to pay for all of this. And Pam, like the little treacherous bitch she is, she goes, actually, she paid for none of it, which is fucking insane. And she says this because she wants like credit. And I understand that like you want to be acknowledged, whatever, but you can be like, hey, I paid for all of it. Of course, Gwen protested and I insisted, but I ended up paying for all of it. She's really throwing that girl under the bus, which is absolutely insane. And so my note on this is that it's the opposite of episode 3, because if you'll remember on episode 3, I said this is the episode where they try to make me love all the characters. So far, I'm like, I've changed my mind on Pete, Dawn, Pam, Smithy. Well, Smithy.
So you changed your mind on Smithy?
I just hate him more. It just feels like this is the episode where they try to make me hate everybody, man.
Pam just can't help herself but gossip. Like she fucking loves the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna confess here. You know, like I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I would be I would do the same thing that Pam did. I wouldn't be able to. My poor little ego would not be able to handle everything. I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm sorry.
I knew this. I knew this about you.
Yeah. Whenever we're gossiping about something, you're always the person to be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you won't fucking believe what Chandra said." Fake name.
We all know Chandra.
Yeah. We all know Chandra. Fucking Chandra.
What a bitch.
But yeah, after that scene, Ari, I think you have something for us.
Bryn likes his digital camera. He's got a little digital camera. He's not really sure what the deal is with sepia, but
he's showing Budgie the camera, and he's like, we got night mode, we got black and white, and we got sepia, but he's like, I don't know, I think there's something wrong with his sepia mode, man. He's just making everything go brown. What the fuck's this?
Oh my god. My note for this moment was Pierce is gonna love this joke. And was I right?
Oh, you're so right, man. You're so right.
It's cute. Yeah.
Bryn fucking loves a gadget that everyone else has already gotten used to. Like, he's like 5 years late to every gadget that he buys.
He'd be like the type of person who's really easy to buy a gift for. You know, people that have like really specific hobbies, love those people because especially like, you know how autistic people, they get like a special interest, amazingly easy to buy gifts for. I love that shit.
How many sonic screwdrivers did you get for your birthday, May?
Listen, the mental health professionals said I didn't have autism. So I'm just a little weirdo, but technically 85 because like I looked at there's one that there's the two that are like David Tennant sonic screwdrivers. We got 10 and we got 14. And then I also got 11s technically.
Pierce is about to put that static sound effect in this part.
But yeah, the other one is like a build your own screwdriver with like 4 shut up. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I can't stop, okay? I understand.
This is all getting cut.
I understand what's going on right now. I'm not unaware of the situation, but I can't stop. So give me a second. It's like a 4-part screwdriver, but you got 3 of them and you can mix and match. So, and then I think on the box it said there was like 83 possible combinations or something like that. So, 83 plus 2, 85. So technically I got 85 sonic screwdrivers for my birthday. Shut up.
Cool.
Shut up, man.
We're back. To be real, that thing looks really cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah. No, I was very excited.
So what's the next scene?
So they're talking like Stacey's brother, who I know the name of,
Jason,
and Stacey and Gavin. They're all talking about like, oh my god, it's so crazy that like you wouldn't be the type of person to come back to Barry to like live in Barry or whatever. And Stacey's like, well, I'm coming back every weekend. And Gavin's like, what the fuck? Which is crazy. Yeah. It feels like something you maybe should have discussed beforehand.
He's like, the fuck you are.
Yeah, there's a little hint of disagreement in the marriage, isn't there?
Yeah, again, discuss that shit before you get married, surely.
Yeah. But they're planning to live at Pam and Mix.
Yeah.
Wait, they're gonna live? Oh, I think I missed that.
Well, temporarily, while they do their.
They're gonna live at Pam and Mix while they look to find a place.
My family did this for a while. We used to live 3 hours away from my grandparents, and so like my grandparents were needing a little bit more help. Every weekend, my mom would drive to go to where my grandparents live, which is about the same distance that this would be.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Roughly 3 hours.
Yeah.
This seemed realistic to me.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not.
But I also understand why, like, just because this is like clearly Stacey's first time living away from home. I understand why she would be like, I'm going to go back on the weekends and like see my parents. Yeah. That's a big transition to go from like never having, like, she's literally never been out of her town before she met Gavin.
Near
and
enough,
now she's gonna live like 3 hours away from her parents. Like,
big move.
Yeah.
But then it's, what is it? What's next?
Dance parties.
Dance parties. The first dance.
Here we fucking go.
We got 1 million love songs by Take That.
Yeah. Stacey won.
Yeah.
Stacey won.
Stacey got her song. Yeah. So yeah, Gavin and Stacey start dancing, and then everyone else sort of pairs off and starts dancing as well. Pam and Mick start sort of join the floor first, and then I love this little moment, man. Smithy offers Gwen a dance, and Gwen just looks so happy. like she's dancing with Smithy. It's really lovely.
Yeah, and Jason is trying. He goes out and he follows Bryn.
Because Nessa and Bryn are looking in from the sidelines because they don't have anyone to dance with.
Very cute that he's like, whatever happened on this fishing trip, he's trying to make an effort to. I guess settle the issue.
Yeah, he's talking to Bryn, and like Bryn just looks super uncomfortable playing with his little camera. And we get a tiny little bit more. We get a few more nuggets of information about the fishing trip. We get the fact that it wasn't a big deal. We get a fact that a lot of people do it. And we get a fact that it's not against the law. So
that cuts out
murder.
It's either that or, for some reason, what came to mind is that Bryn was and you know, again, I'm thinking it's probably my first theory, but like maybe Bryn was like practicing some Welsh, because I know that he's quite self-conscious about it. It'd be a lot more wholesome than my other theory.
What's your other theory? Go on. Say it.
Where's the fucking permit? Joint venture. Peanuts, obviously, you fucking dumbass. And there is no zoo nearby. Bro, you're not my mom. Right in the flower plant.
That's a fucking insane theory. Okay.
Jesus Christ. It would be crazy if she was right.
So, yeah, Jason's just trying to let Bryn let whatever happened go. So, you know, he's just being a good nephew, man. And he starts bigging Bryn up. Like, what a guy. I love Jason, man.
Yeah. Good character. Good rounded character. Later on, we're still dancing, but now it's karaoke time, bitch.
Pam is singing, yeah.
It's pretty good.
And while Pam is singing, Pete and Dawn are starting their roleplay already at the bar, which is nuts.
Brother, there are probably kids here, man. It's
yeah, legit, man.
I haven't seen any, but like it's a wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also noted that he seemed to have those glasses with him, ready to go. Those shades.
Oh shit, you're right. I did not notice that. He had those in the chamber, ready to go.
Oh, by the way, I do like that when Pam does go up to like do like karaoke, the guy messes up her name and she's like, "It's Pam actually," and he says, "I chill out, love."
All right, chill out. Fucking all right. She just corrects him. That's all she does.
Yeah, but he acts like she like fucking. But I if I remember correctly, like he messes up a few other names as well. Like it's a.
Oh yeah. It's a recurring gag. Yeah,
it's a good one. Stacey figures out that Nessa is mayhaps pregnant. And they go to like a different room. Yeah,
she sees Nessa like saying no to a fag, and she sort of confronts her, and Nessa like walks off and through a private room, and she's like, "Leave it, Stace," and they walk off and go through a private room where they find.
Sorry, is that the before or after this?
This is happening right now.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Go on, tell us.
All right. Fingers is having sex with, I forget her name.
Louise.
Fingers and Louise are having sex, and they finish and they do a little high five.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is
I like the high five.
Really? I wrote Fingers as a menace.
I like how Louise goes, "Oh, that was fabulous." That was fabulous.
I was a big fan of the high five. I cheered.
Yeah. High five's great, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing, I guess, like, it's not a crime. But
maybe, like, pick a room that people can't, like, very easily come into. Again, there are fucking kids here. That's
also true, yeah. But now, Nessa is out the front with Stacey.
Yes. I wrote Nessa's acting is really good in this scene.
I agree. I mean, no matter what scene you show me, I'm going to agree with that statement.
Yeah. So. Ruth Jones is a good actor.
Yeah, but I love Ruth Jones. Won a BAFTA the other week.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Good job, Ruth Jones.
Yeah. I also noticed that like this is another like major plot point that was just like handled. So much of it was handled off screen, you know? You thought like you'd think it was like a bigger. I remember at the beginning I was like completely like it seemed like the plot point was like almost completely ignored, and then like it comes here, like it's addressed here, and I was like, oh, there we go. Okay, it isn't like it's not fully resolved yet, but like a lot of it, I guess, was handled off screen.
So yeah, basically Nessa tells Stacey that she's actually pregnant. Like it's now confirmed.
Yeah.
Nessa knows she is pregnant with Smithy's kid.
Yeah.
Well, she assumes it's Smithy's kid.
And she had lied to Stacey about it as well. Like she said, no, I'm not pregnant, because she didn't want to, like, I guess, ruin the vibes.
Yeah, which I think is a sweet choice.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think there's an issue with that.
Yeah, it's her decision, like, when to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But Nessa's not sure what she's going to do now. She's basically lost. Stacey tells her that she's got to tell Smithy.
Tonight.
And Nessa responds with, "He's a twat." and Stacey just goes, "Yeah, I know he is, but you've got to."
I do agree that, like, maybe, like, let him know, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that the and I understand that they live far away from each other, but you know, you got phones. I think the decision to tell him now, when he's, like, pissed fucking drunk, is insane. To be like, you gotta tell him tonight. This is the worst moment to tell him.
I would venture to say this is bad advice from Stacey.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand the logic behind it, but I just I don't know, man. I think that's like the worst move right now.
This is and this is a big life event. Like, maybe make the drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Meet halfway.
You're so right. Yeah. But to end the conversation, Stacey goes, "Come on, we're missing the grease medley."
I love that British people also get really into the grease medley.
You guys seen Grease? You fans of Grease?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, like us personally, yeah. I mean, it's a good show, I guess. It's got a good soundtrack.
A lot of people have an issue with the end of Grease, but like originally Grease was supposed to be a parody of, like, it's not supposed to be that ending is supposed to be bad. Like, anyways.
Yeah.
But that was, like, in the early days of it. I don't know if the final product was like that, but, like,
I can take or leave the story, but it's got good music in it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Grease. The ending is where they, like, they get a flying car or something, right?
Yes, but what people have an issue with is that
like
Sandy changes her whole personality to, like, get with Danny.
Forever, like, these are the actual words, Pierce. Should be.
Whoa!
Yeah.
But all right, so Stacey and Gav get ready to leave the reception.
Yes.
And there's a final little moment with Nessa and Stacey, and I fucking love these two, man. They're so good, aren't they? Like, she's like, "I'll always be here for you," and cheers, Stace. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's just a nice little.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love them. I love them. I think they're great.
From what I understand, because I've like been involved in the planning of weddings and stuff like that before.
Flex, but okay.
And I was 13 too, bitch. That's some fucking skill. 12 for some of it. But yeah, no. The brides are, like, insanely busy on their wedding day. Like, they have to, like, go see everybody. They have to make sure everybody's acknowledged and stuff like that. They also get stressed out about, like, what if something goes wrong. Not a lot of it. They get to just, like, enjoy themselves. But
sure.
She still took the time to go check in with Ness, enough to notice that Ness was not drinking, I guess. Yeah. Which is crazy.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
I hadn't considered that. You're absolutely right.
And also be like, "Hey, I'll always be there for you," and stuff like that. Like, it's very cool, I guess, given, like, how busy brides are on their wedding day usually.
Yeah. Very nice, isn't it? I love it. So yeah, Gavin and Stacey, they ride off into the sunset. Or oh no, it's already nighttime.
Oh,
whatever.
But
they ride off.
They do, when they're leaving the ceremony, they do, like, this little, cute little bridge thing, which I really like.
Yeah, the tunnel thing.
I wish that was a thing. Really, I wish that was more of a thing, man. That's so cute.
Yeah, but after they leave, we go back to the venue for one final scene with Nessa pulling Smithy aside. She's like, "Smithy," and then she just doesn't say anything. She's sort of stumped. She doesn't. We see Nessa, like, not know what to say, which is quite rare.
Yeah, and at first I was like, season 2 is going to be when she tells him, but then I remembered this is Gavin and Stacey, and maybe it'll cut to season 2 and he'll already know and be a dad. And the kid's going to be 2 years old, and it won't be an issue for anybody.
I'm not going to confirm or deny exactly what happens there. But yeah, Nessa, she doesn't tell Smithy. She just goes,
maybe next season she just has like a 10-year-old.
Could be. We'll have to wait and see. But this is a wild end to the fucking, not only the episode but the series. Like we're on Nessa and we fade to black and that's it. She's just on her own in the dark in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, and we fade to black, and that is the end of season 1.
We did it, chat.
We did it.
Woo!
I wrote what a weird episode at the end.
Your thoughts up top. We got him at the end.
I know.
We got him at the end. We did it.
We made it.
But on that bombshell, it is time for 3 good things. For those of you who might not know, every episode we each like to share a good thing that's happened to us recently and just leave the episode on a high note. Who is going first?
My good thing is that it was my birthday last week.
Oh shit, nice.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear May. Happy birthday to you.
Very cute, thank you. And I got 85 sonic screwdrivers and I got a bunch of cool stuff. And, my mom gave me like a gift certificate for a board game store. It was crazy. Had a great time, and that's my good thing.
Fuck, I need to think of a good thing because I didn't write one down. I don't know.
No pressure.
It was really hot earlier this week, and now it's sort of like the weather was really hot, and it's sort of cooled down a bit to be a more manageable temperature.
Oh, that's my one bad thing.
Yeah, I like it. A comfortable sort of 19 degrees or so, and it's much more comfortable now, so I'm not sweating every day, which is nice. That's my good thing. Ari, what is your good thing?
So my good thing is last couple of weeks I've been getting back into guitar a little bit.
Nice.
So I've been messing around with some stuff. Yeah. And I was wondering if I could play a song for you.
Oh, please do.
All right. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm still in tune.
Play Wonderwall.
I don't know how well it's going to come through on Discord, but
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Editing Pierce here. So, here's the thing, right? So, Ari was going to play this song live for us, but the guitar wasn't being picked up on the call. So, what she did instead was she recorded it and then sent that audio recording to May and I, and we listened to it at the same time while we were on the call. And obviously, like when we heard it, we were freaking out, which you'll understand why when you hear it. But I don't want to ruin the song with mine and May's stupid voices, so I'm just going to put the recording that Ari sent us here in the podcast so you can listen to it without May and I talking over it. Enjoy.
big house for you. I'll wait by the dresses for you. I'll wait by the window for you.
Oh my god!
Dude, man. I'm tearing up. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
That was the coolest shit.
Oh my god. That is incredible.
The fact that you were able to learn that in a few weeks is insane.
Holy shit.
It's like 2 chords. It was like a little bit of like finger work, but it was really simple. Yeah.
That's incredible, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely speechless. Like, holy shit. I don't
That
even.
is so cool. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Alright, well, that blows my good thing out of the water. Fuck me. Okay. Holy shit.
Just suddenly learning guitar.
I know how to play guitar. I hadn't played in a few years, but like
incredible.
I played it for like 10 years as a child, so it was easy,
I
Still
love
very
it.
fucking cool.
I love it so much. It's incredible. Dude,
Yeah.
I have no notes. Fuck. That's
Don't
awesome.
like downplay it. It's very cool.
That'd be really funny if you did have notes, Pierce.
Yeah, I reckon near the third chorus.
Fuck. Oh. All right. I guess we just do the outro because I don't know what to say to that.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell. All right. Well, I mean, thank you ever so much for listening. If you'd like to keep up with the show, we're on TikTok, Instagram, at Blue Sky, at Fishing Trip Files. So do give us a follow over there. Or if you want to get in touch with the show for whatever reason, you can email us at thefishingtripfiles@gmail.com. I do have an email I'd like to read to you both.
Oh, sick.
It's from the Penguin, and it reads, Hey Ari, Maylina, and Pierce. I've never seen an episode of Gavin and Stacey. Decided to listen along to support Ari and Maylina, and maybe Pierce. Been really enjoying so far. I could listen to you 3 talk all day. You get me through the long nights at work. Smiley face from the Penguin. Thank you, Penguin.
I love you,
so
Penguin.
much. Yeah.
That's another friend of the pod.
There's another friend of the pod. We do know the Penguin. That was lovely. Thank you so much. That means a lot. If you want to help out the show without it costing a penny, please feel free to leave us a review or rating on your podcast platform of choice. We'd appreciate it very, very much. Once again, this podcast is produced by Another Happy Studios, so please do check out the other podcasts from them if you haven't already. All their wonderful stuff is linked in the show notes. But for now, we'll see you on the Wednesday after next at 10 a.m. with the next episode. And as we... Oh, fuck! We didn't do predictions!
Oh, damn it. Let's do it.
I think they're all gonna get invaded by aliens.
Okay, cool. Bye.
The baby's already going to be born in season 2.
Okay, awesome. And as we always say, au revoir.
Adios.
Rock and roll. Fuck.